This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Right to the air is Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. He's got Gibson on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Carr. Back to Gibson and another catch for it. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Heck of a start for him here, Charles, on this opening drive, and they're doing it all through the air. That's 4 snaps and 4 passes so far.
And I do think that there's an argument, Brandon, to maybe mix in a running play or 2, but the way that these offenses are constructed, you can get that done with swing passes and checkdowns. The way they're throwing it, I keep pressing it downfield.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Commanders is much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw his car. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Here comes the seventh play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Now Carr. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was the true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But his opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave him 3 points.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And they'll be let out by their third-year quarterback.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Now a first carry here for Robinson. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress. Deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there.
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air... If it... There's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there. Playing on their feet in open space, not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Jacobs. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On first down, Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
What now?
Carr now to throw. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to extend their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson.
17 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And how about the decision here to go for it? No, not just go for it, but really go for it. I never would have guessed that that's what they were going to do. But let's give them a ton of credit there. They got to pay off for a big play.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Looking to throw. McClendon caught on a slant. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Let's go now.
They'll go with a keeper. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. The extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball, so they can snap it and get back to work.
Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there.
Still third down.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down. Throwing now is Carr. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, When you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. McClendon. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. In motion comes the tight end left. On first down, McClendon going right back to Dotson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
On first down, Clifford down right around the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. McClendon. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Clifford, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. From 17 yards out, and the Commanders have taken the lead. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting it and by him going up and getting it.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead is now 14-10. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Yr4 bringing it in over the middle. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal
get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Here's Carr to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On second down, Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run forward with Jacobs. Now he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Well, look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Ready?
Back to throw. McClendon. Complete. It's Dotson. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Throwing on first down. McClendon.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Again, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides.
He's got a man, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Carr's throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Off play action. McClendon. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake. McClendon. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He's going to go up top again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Teddy Bridgewater, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. From there, we'll head west to check on the other team in the Keystone State, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Najee Harris, well over 100 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for Washington, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half, line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They try to kill on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. McClendon over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it. Scoring a rate. Boy, deep in their own territory like that?
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee you, he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. To throw, it's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception return for a touchdown. And this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Garibay on to attempt the point after. It's up and good to make it 21-17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talking about slot receiver.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Play action. Now it's Carr. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, I'm thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Charles, we'll see how this offense responds. Remember, the last time they were out, they went for it on 4th down, did not get it, and that led to a touchdown on the other side. So they need a response here.
They certainly do, and I just have a question for you. You think that was a gut feel, or was that analytics that came into play there deciding to go for it on 4th down?
That felt like gut to me. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely, because the way it backfired, where they are in the game, all those things, that didn't feel like an analytics call. It certainly felt like, hey, I feel like we can get this right now, and unfortunately, it didn't work out for them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
To throw on 2nd down. McClendon. This pass hauled in by Dotson. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
Ready? 79 Broncos.
Back to throw. McClendon. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On the jump.
On 1st and 10, McClendon. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. 30, the 20. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They take over here with good field position thanks to that nice return after the interception, as they're already in the red zone, 1st and 10. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So this has been a pretty strong start to the year for him on the ground, CD. It's just week 3. That's already 5 rushing touchdowns.
And you know he's got big grins on their faces besides the rest of the team. The strength and conditioning program, because he was awfully dedicated to what they put in front of him to get ready for this year. Got himself into terrific shape, and he's dominated here early on.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
We'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Again, it's Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McClendon. Able to connect with Dotson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And quickly they get to the line. On 1st down, McClendon. That's Dotson bringing in yet another one. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Reload!
Robinson up the middle. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Down to about the 45. 3 quarters in the books. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Throwing on 1st down. McClendon. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. 2nd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Clifford. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. McClendon.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Jonnu Smith, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Now Carr. This is brought in by Gibson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up the key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He's going to field this at the 4. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at the 39-yard line. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. McClendon. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front, the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on fourth down. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down. Trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. The stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Back to throw again. Sliding out of the pocket. And he whips that one incomplete there.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They'll look to throw again. That'll be caught by Anderson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off play action. McClendon rolling to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory. And now the ball comes loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back up.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders have taken a fourth-quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to a go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Carr. And he'll spot Lashley open, left side complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Carr now on first down.
And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From midfield, here's Carr. Yr4 bringing it in over the middle.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's caught downfield. It's Waller.
Touchdown, Raiders. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this fourth quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because you have the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Washington down by 5.
A huge factor. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning.
Cut. Ready?
On 1st and 10, McClendon. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Raiders have just about sewn up this football game.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Carr to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Jacobs going to try the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they will take a knee here.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another